What is up, my mellows? Welcome back to Tingle Lingo ASMR. A lot has been going on in the world. A lot has been going on in life. So I figured I would take a break from being distracted and watching all the craziness unfold and do a little coloring. I was flipping through this book, as you guys have possibly seen. Oh, I didn't see this. Possibly seen in a couple other videos. I did this one. I recorded myself doing a couch potato and sugared petals, which was very fun and colorful. I also did the major meltdown, and while I was coloring, I was just rambling and talking about life and whatever. So, oh yeah, I did this one too, wild style. That was fun. And I was flipping through this book before I started recording to figure out what else I was going to color. Tiki Tantrum looks cool. And this, where's the one with the lobster? Deep Dive, I think it's called. Scuba diving. Scuba dining. Oops, I'm in crab, not lobster. So I'm either gonna do this or that. I can get with this or I can get with that. I can get with this or I can get with that. I can get with this or I can get with that. I think I'll get with this, because this is where it's at. All right. So yeah, I'll start with that. I'll start with this one. And you see I have all my little cute stuffed animals around, but it's looking kind of cluttered. So maybe I'll just put them back in their little nests. These ASMR videos automatically put me in a good mood. This needs to be sharpened. That is ASMR. Oh. The sharpening of the pencil, sharpening of the pencil, sharpening of the pencils. I don't know where this conversation, this one-way conversation is going to lead, but all I know is there are a lot of things happening, and sometimes you just got to de-stress, decompress, decompress, de-stress, decompress, de-stress, decompress. Okay, where am I going to start? I'm going to start, well, I got the brown pencil out because it was looking kind of short. But I'm thinking I'm going to start with the seaweed. What color is this? This is holly. Holly guy. Toasted toffee. I posted 10 videos, 10 shorts Saturday night. I was on a roll because I was cleaning out. I'm trying to declutter, and I was cleaning out one box full of arts and crafts back when I was trying to do record kind of oddly satisfying videos for my Instagram page a while back, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. So I had a box full of like kinetic sand, little beads and glitter and little arts and crafts things. So I need to declutter because life is trying to clutter me. So I am trying to declutter. Maybe I'll share that in another video. This is a little too blue-green. I don't like it. I don't like this one. These ones say, what are you having? This one say echo green. Me no like echo green. Let me see, what is this one? Olive. Is this like olive? Celery. Celery. I don't want celery. I want like a seaweed green. Seaweed green. Green fern. Okay. I can do that one. Green fern. Fern. What was I just saying? Oh. So anyway, my oats and I, we have to declutter our space. It's just crazy how much we accumulate. Not we as in us, he and I, but how much humans accumulate and just hold on to, buy, stock, store, put away things that we don't even need. And it's like the more space you have, the more you tend to hold on to. And it's hard. I think it's hard to be a minimalist. Not for everyone. So I am slowly trying to declutter at least one of the rooms in our house. So for this video, I'm also pretty sure I'm going to do a time lapse on parts of it because this is a busy picture. You have the diver, the scuba diver, who is dining with the seaweed. And it's just a lot of detail in this picture. And his name is probably Jeeves. Jeeves, the butler. So Jeeves and the diner, the diver who is dining, and all the little details. It's probably going to take a while. So at some point, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do a time lapse, which is cool to watch people color on a time lapse. It's very satisfying because it happens faster. It's kind of, to me, like when you watch a teacher erase a chalkboard or a whiteboard, and you're like, oh, get that, you missed that spot, or you forgot to wipe this off. Or when they just wipe off whatever they just wrote on the chalkboard or the whiteboard, and they just wipe it off. It's like that satisfying feeling. Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, that's how I feel about watching people color on a time lapse. It's very satisfying watching people fill in the colors quickly. And again, I'm just going to talk and ramble about whatever comes to mind on this video, because the point of these ASMR videos is to entertain at times, but it's also to relax, to just kind of unwind and relax and put you to sleep. I have my top three ASMR artists that I fall asleep to. Top 3. And then I'll go, okay, I'll name my top 5. My top 3, though, for sure, that I've been listening to, well, I remember it started off with Gentle Whispers, I think. I think her name is Maria. But it started off, dang, this ring is tight, look. Oh my gosh. Let's see if we could switch them. Cutting off my circulation. That means one of my thumbs is bigger than the other. Oh, and I have to remember to whisper and soft-spoken, because sometimes I just sit here and talk on these videos, and it is not whispered or soft-spoken. So anyway, Gentle Whisperer is who I used to watch when I really started watching ASMR to fall asleep to. And her videos were very tingle inducing. But then, I don't know if it was like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I ran across my favorite top 3, but my main go-to is Tony Bomboni. So he has good ASMR videos, which I've listened to while I'm working, which I listen to fall asleep at times. He does a variety of ASMR videos, and he's entertaining to me. I like his sense of humor. I like his personality. I like the variety of ASMR videos that he records. He also does tarot readings, Reiki healing. He does a lot of things, so you can check him out at TonyBomboni.com. Tony, Tony, Bomboni, BOM. Let me make sure. Before I give you guys the wrong information, even if you're interested or not. Let's see. Yeah. Tony, Tony, Bomboni, BOMBONI. So he has 2 YouTube channels, Tony Bomboni ASMR and then Tony Bomboni Vlog. But he also has a website, TonyBomboni.com. And I did pay for a tarot reading with him. And so far, he's pretty accurate. The reading, like I was able to ask him 5 questions, and then he did the tarot reading. He recorded it and then uploaded it just for me, not for everyone to see. And I can say so far the things that he has mentioned are coming to pass. I mean, it just seems like what he was saying was sort of kind of playing out in my life, whether you believe those things or not. But anyway, okay, so he's in my top 3. Also followed up by Camila's ASMR Corner. I've mentioned her before. Camila's ASMR Corner. She is a faceless YouTube channel. Although she just showed her face on one of her videos. And she wasn't playing around either. The title of her video was face reveal, and I just knew that it was going to be some type of stunt, or not a true face reveal, but she, mad respect, didn't waste any time, and she showed her face right away, and it was her. Unlike some ASMR artists I know, myself included, when I did my Halloween video, I put something in the title of showing my face, maybe not, or something like that. But at the end of the video, I didn't show my face, but the camera was on me, but I had a Halloween mask on. So I was one of those artists that's playing games. It wasn't clickbait. It was just the way I phrased it. And, but I haven't actually shown my face on any of my videos yet. You might catch like a glimpse, a weird glimpse or a distorted view of my face in some of the videos from a reflection. But I haven't shown my face yet. Because the star of the show, the star of this ASMR channel, or the stars of this ASMR channel, are my hands, the props, and the things I choose to make noises with. My voice. Oh, hold on. Mess up and mix up the pencil. My voice and my stories, my rants. Those are the stars of the show. Not my face. Would you like to see my face? Would you? Would you like to see me? I don't know why. Sometimes I break out into a British accent. Where was I? What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh, well, the purpose of the... Oh! Sorry. My ASMR artist favorites. Okay, so Tony Boboni and Camila's ASMR Corner. I was talking about her face reveal. But her whispers and videos are very soothing. And whispers are one of my favorite types of ASMR, whispering and tapping sounds, like tapping sounds, whispers. There are a lot of different triggers for me. And the third, top three so far, Turtley Lo-Fi ASMR. Her videos are soothing. She doesn't do many whispered videos, but she does soft-spoken. And she has like this sound, these like bracelet sounds and jewelry sounds, jewelry sounds. So she has a lot of these sounds, and she's an artist. She draws, but lately she's been doing a lot of makeup videos, but her videos are very soothing, very soothing. I also watch Southern ASMR. What is it? Southern ASMR Sounds. She has great videos. And then Vixen ASMR. He has very good, simple, whispered videos. So those are my top 5. I recently ran across a video. It's all AI generated ASMR. I forget the name of it because he's very new in my list, but I think he is extremely, his videos are creative. What's the name? I'm looking at it now. It's called Texturo ASMR. Texturo ASMR. Texturo. Texturo. Texturo ASMR. check those videos out. They're very, very creative. It's straight up ASMR and all the sounds that you hear in ASMR, but it's all AI generated, which is so fascinating to me. And one day I'll try, when I have time, to do that, just to mess around with it to see. But right now, as I always mention, I enjoy the tactile feelings of doing the ASMR myself. Wildfire. Let's see, wildfire or candy apple red. Maybe candy apple red. Yeah, that'll work. Oh. That's the problem with this angle right here. Ooh, I was pressing too hard. So those 5 artists are pretty calming and relaxing for me. Does anybody have any favorite ASMR artists that you guys watch or listen to? And if so, why is it? What is it that they offer you? Do you listen to them or watch them to relax, fall asleep? What is it that ASMR provides for you? Because there are tons of ASMR artists. Tons. But that's the thing about YouTube. I think sometimes, I don't know if people try to discourage other potential creators and they'll say, you know, that genre is super saturated or this genre is saturated. But if it calls your name, I say go for it and just do it for the joy you get out of it. That's why I do it. For the joy down in my heart. You guys want to talk about contrast? Let's talk about contrast for a minute. Contrast. The different from something else, and juxtaposition, that word. I'm going to tell you a quick story now that that word juxtaposition is part of the definition of contrast. But what's so funny about juxtaposition is it's an inside joke that's about to be an outside joke since I'm going to share it. But when I first met my partner, I don't even like to use the word partner. We're not married. Okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but I don't even like using the word boyfriend and girlfriend because I feel like that's so juvenile, but that's what we are. So we're, I don't like saying partners because it sounds like we rode in on a horse. Have you seen my partner? Howdy. But partner, significant other, my life partner. But he used that word juxtaposition before, and I had never heard of the word juxtaposition until I read something that he wrote. And I was like, what the heck is juxtaposition? Another word that he used before, which I had never heard of, is vestibule. Vestibule, like I guess a hallway. I remember I was standing at work one day many years ago, and this was a new location that our job moved into. And it was like a hallway, and it had a couple of restrooms in the hallway. But instead, it was labeled vestibule. And I just remember calling my boyfriend and saying, oh my gosh, I'm standing in the hallway and it says vestibule. Okay, it's not funny now, but it was funny at the time. But vestibule and juxtaposition, I had never heard of those words before. I guess that's what happens when you have a college degree. You can take your SATs and you learn all these words, or maybe not, but I'm not saying my vocabulary is extremely limited. It wasn't as full as his vocabulary. I'm just talking. Let me shut up about that. Anyway, juxtaposition and vestibule. But we're going to talk about contrast for a second. And juxtaposition is, actually I'm looking that up too, is a comparison or contrast or nearness. So the fact of two things being seen or placed close together with contrasting effect. So my reason for talking about contrast is I'm dealing with, helping my mom through a certain situation, and my mom is elderly and she's at that age where she needs support and assistance with her daily life for the most part. So in dealing with that and talking to my niece who recently had a baby and looking at his tiny precious little self, just so cute, just looking at him and seeing the contrast in a new life and then an elderly life, and all of the support that is needed on both ends. So, obviously when you have a new little human being in the world, you have to look after him or her. And what color is this? Mauve? What? Oh, mauve. Brown. So looking after the little life and raising him, and you have to feed him and bathe him and change him and all the things you have to do for babies. It's a big deal. As we age, it's kind of crazy that we need that same type of support, right? As in, I don't like when people say right, but as we get older and we age, some of us or many of us, and for those that don't need that type of support, well, good for them, good for you, but you need that same type of support. You have to look out for them, help them bathe, help them change their clothes, help them eat, help them move around, just all these things, but it's just on a bigger physical level. A baby, you can just pick up and move them and carry them and things like that, but with an adult who has their own opinions and their own ways of used to doing things, and they're now in a position where they can't just pick up and do things for themselves, they depend on help. That's a huge shift for them and for the caregivers. And so that's where I am, where I've actually been here for a while now, but it seems like it's going to turn into a more constant daily thing for me, which is a big deal. It's a life-changing chapter. But then looking at the little adorable, precious little baby, and I'm so cute. And knowing my niece is, starting that part of her life, my niece and her husband, it's kind of amazing to me, and it's fascinating to me knowing or observing the cycle of life that happens. And this is all new to them. And so they're just starting that chapter in their lives. And me looking out for, right now, my mom, this is a new chapter in our lives, which we're not the first to do this, and we won't be the last to do this. But, growing up, as we all go through the different ages and stages of our lives, we might know people that have to care for their parents, and you know of it, and you probably have heard about people having to do that, or move their parents in, or move in with their parents, or a parent, and look out for them. And you might not think much of it. Like, you might think like, oh, glad it ain't me. Or you might think like, I don't know, you might not even give it a thought. But I guess I've had the mixed emotions about that throughout the years. Like, oh, glad I don't have to do that much. Or, like for me and my mom, I have been doing that one day a week for a while now. And that one day a week is about to turn into every day a week. This is a big deal, big challenge. I just hope that all things align to make it as easy and comfortable for all of us. I mean, I believe it will. And since I believe it, I think I will see it. Because if you believe it, then you will see it. Versus saying, I will believe it when I see it. It's more than just a semantics type of thing. It's a manifestation type of thing. But we'll see how it goes. But that's the crazy thing about contrast. Because we need it in our lives, I suppose. It's all part of is this his skin? Okay, so just his hands and his face. Yeah, I'm kind of stalling because I don't know where I was going with that, but I was just kind of tripping off of it because today, all in one day, kind of back to back, I was dealing with my mom's care team and how they were not taking care of business, which is a whole different story. And then right after that phone call, I was talking to my niece, and it was like, it's kind of eye-opening just seeing or noticing or observing the difference between both ages and stages of life needing assistance. Definitely for a child, definitely for both, obviously. And it's kind of heartbreaking seeing the way our system is set up for the elderly and the lack of care, even in a nursing facility or a hospital. I feel like the lack of care, it's saddening to see. It really is. But I guess we're all doing our best, I suppose. But just the way the system's set up, and we don't have the resources. Some of us don't have the resources. Some of us don't have the time, don't have the money, don't have the space, don't have the mental capacity to try and deal with life in this way. But we are all trying to figure this shite out. Okay, I'm going to color his wetsuit. That is going to be black. Black. Where did I put the black? Black like a you, black like a me. What is this? Is this it? Blazing blue. Nope, this ain't black. Smoking purple. Where is... No. I get caught slipping on the black. Did it fall out? Did I just take this one out? That's the one I just took. Okay, wait a second. Wait a minute. What's the big idea? See? Where's the black? See? Is it black? That is not black. What color is this? Deep emerald? Wait a minute. Alright, is this black? This is black. This ain't black. This is blue. What in the world? Alright, we're gonna just take one of these. Let's go with... Guys, I'll just take this one out. That's the blue. Oh, here it is. I see you. I see you. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all gotta say this. But you know what? The world just continues to go round and round and round. Uh-oh. God dog it. Why does it do that? The cycle of life. It's the circle. Lion King, circle of life. Cycle of life. Just continues over and over. This one is not. It's not working. This is a good trigger. Goodness gracious. That's why the black is so short, because I use it a lot to outline. But then it keeps breaking. There we go. I'm gonna have to use it like that. This video is at 43 minutes. So that means I am going to need to do a time lapse to cut it down. And since I'm rambling and I don't have a seamless conversation going, a seamless dialogue going. I don't want to bore you too much if you're actually listening for some bits of my middle-aged wisdom. Anybody got any questions for me? Any suggestions for a video? Knowing what I share or knowing what my current recordings consist of, and the ones that I've uploaded, and my style of ASMR. Does anyone have any suggestions for a type of video that I can do? What I'm trying to do lately is use things that I already have, because it's kind of unhelpful to me if I continue to buy things as I'm also trying to declutter. So I kind of want to use things, not kind of, but I want to use things that I already have here instead of buying things. However, I did just buy a few of those, what do you call them? Mini brand sets where they're like tiny replicas of products. And I bought 2 or 3 of those. Those are going to be, I'll be using those in a future video. Stay tuned. Tap that like button. Hit that notification bell. What did I say? Tap that like button. Subscribe and like. It really helps the channel. But yeah, I know a lot of content creators say that. At this point, it's been several months and I have not lost my momentum for recording, editing, and posting these videos. So that says to me that this is a definite, enjoyable hobby. Because I've started many projects and hobbies in my day, and they fizzled out. This for me is not smooth, huh? But so far, so wonderful with my, yeah, that's part of the wetsuit. So far, so wonderful with my Tingle Lingo ASMR. Tingle Lingo ASMR. It's so fun. It's fun for me. Oh, that's a bit sloppy. Okay, we're about to go into time-lapse mode. All right, I might do a voiceover on that, or you might just be able to just watch me color. Only play in color. So this is about a minute worth of time-lapse. I'm just coloring away and as I've said before, this is a very soothing thing to do, to color. I don't like those very intricate, detailed, super detailed pages to color. And I'm actually probably going to look for another type of coloring book. I have my marker coloring books that I haven't used in quite some time. I can bring those out again. But again, when you're watching the time lapse, I feel like it's very satisfying how quickly it comes together versus watching it in real time. Okay, I am back from the time lapse and finishing up this page of coloring. I don't have anything to add at this point to my dialogue. But by now, it shouldn't matter because I'm thinking 45 minutes, 50 minutes in, or however long it'll be once I edit this, that everyone should be sleeping. You should all be sleeping. You should have fallen asleep on this relaxing, boring, that's the point of it, ASMR video. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to do color on every single spot. Perhaps not. This is tricky because the lobster doesn't connect. I mean, this is a crab. What? Did I say lobster at any point throughout this video? I think I did. I think I said red lobster. I think I did. I'm very well aware that this is a crab and that is a crab. Yes, I am. I don't know why I said lobster. I think I did. So as you can see, I was trying to color coordinate the magenta drapes with the magenta jacket for Jeeves. Let's see what else I can color. This is the butter sauce for dipping the crabs. Maybe I will make this table. I don't really like a brown table, so let's see. I can do my silver broke. Like the whole piece just broke. Like the more I sharpen, then a big chunk of the end just comes off. Okay, hopefully that works. Guess I'll do this. It's like a loose tooth. See, look, it just keeps breaking. What am I doing wrong? I don't want to use gray. What color is this? Wild lilac. No. Then I have to do the lights up here. Maybe I'll do the lights. Maybe I'll use Aruba for the window. Out the window. This is nothing fancy, guys. Nothing fancy, my mellows. just me coloring and you listening to the sounds of the coloring. So I imagine the guy, this is how it went, okay? This is the story. He is a scuba diver and he catches his meals. The reason he's still dressed in his gear is because he wanted it fresh as possible. So when he goes to catch his crabs, he takes it to the restaurant and they prepare it for him and he sits down to enjoy it and it's fresh as possible. So this is the point of this picture. Because some people might say, oh my gosh, why is he dressed like that? Why does he have seaweed on him? What is going on? He couldn't change his clothes? No, he couldn't because he wanted to have it as fresh as possible. He caught his own food and went to the establishment so they could cook it for him. That is the purpose of this restaurant. Okay, that's the type of restaurant it is. Like Renum Spoons. You know, Renum Spoons is from the show Martin. And they had this idea for a restaurant. And Cole said, we serve them soup for free and then we rent them spoons. So that is what this is about. This is like a rent 'em spoons type of creation, but in a different way. You got to think outside the box, guys. You got to really think outside the box. Okay, so speaking of thinking outside the box, let's see what color we are going to do this table. What is this color? Smoke purple. I don't want that. And I don't want wood. I mean, I prefer black. Slate gray. That'll do. Slate gray will be the color of this table. If you guys have gripes or perhaps suggestions, for instance, my gripe would be, I can't see what you're scribbling and coloring. Move your hand. Put the camera at a different angle. To which someone may reply, this is an ASMR video. Just be quiet and listen. However, as people who experience tingles know, ASMR tingles can be felt for sounds and also visual. Like I know some ASMR artists do all this with their hands. Airplane, but they might not say anything. So this might trigger tingles from some people. So it's pretty cool to know the different ways people experience tingles. Like the other day, I was sitting in the car waiting for my oats to get in the car, but he was just cleaning the outside of the car, just wiping it down a little bit. And I was just sitting in the seat. I had my eyes closed and I was just waiting for him to get in the car. But as he was wiping off the car, the sounds and the slight subtle movements of the car while he was wiping it down Because let me down. Gave me ASMR tingles. Now, if he would have kept going, the stronger the tingles would have gotten, and I probably could have fallen asleep, I suppose. But it was very relaxing. And I say that to say there are many ways to experience those autonomous sensory meridian responses. We all may have different ways that we experience them. And I would like to be a participant in some of those studies, because I know that someone could be moving and I could notice it out of my peripheral and out of your what? Out of my side, the side of my eye. You can notice them moving and maybe subtle noises or something like that. But that can, for me, bring about triggers too. Very interesting to know what and why people are triggered and how they're triggered. Let's see what color the napkin should be. White, I'm thinking, because it just should. I don't really like the white colored pencils because you don't really see anything. Okay, what else here? Okay, since I did this down here, this color, what was it again? Slate gray. I'm going to do some of this up here. Slate gray. I know my phone battery is getting low. She asked for one more dance, and I'm like, yeah, how the hell am I supposed to leave when I said yeah? Yeah, but my phone battery is probably pretty low. So while I'm editing this, I'm gonna have to plug it up. I'm all outside the lines. But it's okay. Getting a little sloppy. That means I'm kind of over it. Let's see what color. We're not going to make this that ugly fluorescent lighting. We're just going to keep it. Guess we'll keep it white and I'll just outline it. I think that's it. Maybe this is part of the table. Is this the slate gray? Yeah. Well, they didn't finish the line, so I guess I gotta do it myself. Okay. Oh, Jeeves, his pants. His pants should be the same color. We'll make his pants the same color as his shirt. It's kind of a loud uniform. Should be to be a little more subtle. Because this makes it look cheesy. But it is, after all, a coloring book. So it matters not, does it? Does it? This little ramekin, we'll leave it this colour. Just leave it white as is. Okay, his teeth are white, his nails are white, hair is white. Alrighty then. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video by putting away the colored pencils. I think this should be hopefully kind of sort of soothing. Let's see, I'll sharpen that one, I'll sharpen that one. I don't know if it's the sharpener or the pencils, but the tips of the pencils keep falling out. Okay, this can go back in, these are sharpened. Sharpen. Let's see if this works. Oh, very pointy. Okay, I'll put that back in the box. 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 What? Why is this so difficult? Okay. The black. Okay, this is good. Back in the box. And this one is the one just was not cooperating. See, look at that. It just keeps. Anyway, I'll deal with that next time. And this is the final picture. Very good, very good, very good. Nothing fancy, just coloring. Thank you for joining me on this extended Tingle Lingo.